seminar. We talked a lot about how to combine excellent taste of food and health. So this is a very good occasion to publicly express our appreciation for what Riolo has done in all these years to promote the Italian cuisine and the Mediterranean diet. So I'm afraid I have to ask you to come again here, because now we have a small ceremony to award you with the prestigious recognition of Cavaliere dell'Ordine della Stella d'Italia, the Knight of the Order of the Star of Italy. Amy, your biography, that I'm not going to repeat, is impressive. Your professional achievements and your personal engagement to promote, as I said, Italian and Mediterranean culinary culture, not only as an excellent chef, but also as a nutrition expert, are precious and a sort of pride, and a source of pride for Italy. You were raised in New York, particularly attached to your Italian heritage. Your great-grandparents emigrated from Calabria to the States in the early 1900s. And this is something we have in common. My parents came from Calabria to Rome in more or less the same period. Yours came here to the United States. We could have maybe exchanged roles in another life. Your drive to spread knowledge of Italian cuisine, language, and lifestyle began as early as your adolescence. You actively participated in the activities of the New York Association Italian Language Foundation. You hold seminars on Italian language, cuisine, business, and culture at prestigious universities in the United States. You maintain strong professional and personal ties with Italy, where you spend, I read, almost at least 2 months per year. Lucky you. You co-founded ANITA, Italian National Academy of Food Traditions, together with a group of Italian entrepreneurs. You organize food and wine tours for groups of American tourists to discover the real Italy, as well as the so-called Roots travels in Abruzzo, Molise, and Calabria. Next year we will have the Year of Roots, l'anno delle radici, so I guess you will be particularly busy. You are a best-selling author, so you just reminded us of all your books, an award-winning chef, television host, and Mediterranean lifestyle ambassador. So we have another thing in common. You have been named Ambassador of Italian Cuisine in the US by the Italian International Agency for Foreign Press, Ambassador of the Italian Mediterranean Diet 22-24 by the International Academy of the Italian Mediterranean Diet in Calabria, Ambassador of Mediterranean Cuisine in the World by the Rome-based media agency We Italians. Last but certainly not least, you are a very good friend of the Embassy of Italy in Washington, collaborated very actively with all our offices, holding seminars on the Mediterranean diet, Italian cuisine, and healthy eating. I personally remember last year a very funny, I want to say, seminar on the Italian-American cuisine and the differences with the Italian cuisine that I found really fascinating. So now the serious part. I'm reading the motivation of the award. Dr. Riolo has worked and continues to work with dedication and passion in spreading knowledge on Italian culinary culture at the international level, highlighting the benefits of the Mediterranean diet, also in the prevention of chronic diseases such as diabetes. Riolo actively collaborates with the Italian Embassy, the Italian Cultural Institute, and the major Italian-American associations in organizing events aiming at promoting, in particular, Italian cuisine and the Mediterranean diet. For the aforementioned reasons, Riolo is fully deserving of the awarding of the honor of Knight of the Order of the Star of Italy. And now I think I have to present the insignia. What am I supposed to do? This is difficult. Will you have me this?
Okay, I will take it.
the Republic of Italy, Sergio Mattarella, I am proud of bestowing on Dr. Riolo the honor of Knight of the Order of the Star of Italy, with the right to bear the relevant insignia. Congratulations.
Grazie mille. Grazie mille, Ministro Gonzales. Vorrei dedicare questo onore alla Calabria. I would like to dedicate this huge honor to Calabria, to my great-grandparents who came and were never able to go back and died putting money away to go back to their homeland, to my cousins and my family who currently live there now and who give me a home and a place in Calabria, and to all of my co-workers who are there in Calabria who have given me a professional presence and helped me to tell the story of the Mediterranean diet and the Mediterranean lifestyle, specifically Chef Salvatore Morano from Max Trattoria Noteca, who has the Regional Association of Pythagorean Chefs that I'm proud to be part of, the co-founder of Anita, Alessandro Cuomo, and Dr. Antonio Montoro of the International Academy of the Italian Mediterranean Diet, for giving me a home there, as well as the Italian Trade Agency, as well as the Italian Embassy, for all of the times that they've allowed me to come and to talk about these wonderful things. You know, since Dottoressa Fusco came, all of these 8 years, I have always been here speaking about some aspect of the Mediterranean lifestyle, some aspect of Italy. And this year, when she didn't give me the theme, I said, is something wrong? Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe the embassy doesn't like me anymore. I don't know, but I'll go anyway and hear what the other people have to say. So to tell you that I am surprised, like I'm really, really surprised. Back to my dedication to Calabria. So Calabria, in addition to the Cilento, is also the heart of the Mediterranean diet. Our land, the name means Calasapru, which means fertile land. And we were talking earlier about the importance of fertility. And there, long before Ansel Keys became the father of the modern Mediterranean diet, we had Pythagoras, who is teaching in Crotone. How many of you have heard of Pythagoras? The Pythagorean theorem and math, right? So Pythagoras didn't just teach math. He taught music, and he taught nutrition and philosophy in his school. Because like the doctors were mentioning, it's not just about what you put into your mouth, right? But what you're thinking, what you're listening to, and a level of intelligence. So we were doing this in the 5th century before the Common Era. And at that time, the land was home to the Enotri, an indigenous tribe that were called the wine cultivators by the people of Greece. And they're making the same wine that they used to feed to the Olympic champions. Our other indigenous tribe in Calabria were the Itali, and that's where we get the word Italy from the tribe that once existed in Calabria. So in my thanks, I would like to, first of all, thank our Creator for giving me Italy and for giving me the Mediterranean and for giving me all of you and to be able to share this with. Here at the embassy, I would like to once again, thank Ministro Gonzales for his kind remarks and for collaboration and all these words and for dedicating so much time and energy to diet, to lifestyle, because without this support from the embassy, we couldn't do it. I mentioned earlier the importance of Dottoressa Maria Fusco and the role that she's played, but as someone who learned firsthand what it means to not be able to study Italian in school, to have someone who's putting it in so many schools, I can imagine I could have been talking about this much, much earlier if she were around back then. So I'm very, very grateful to you, Maria, for your friendship and for your professionalism. And to Michela, also Carboniero, for all of your involvement, for allowing me to be here and to participate with the Institute of Culture. For me, has always been my highest honor. So thank you so much. Dottoressa Rita Iannazzi, Rita, where are you? You who always organizes everything and makes our events so wonderful. We wouldn't be able to have these events if it weren't for you. So I'm very, very thankful for all of you as well. To the people who are here with me in the audience, my dear friend Kim Foley, who is taking this video right now. Gail, let's see, where is Gail? Yes, who's taking the pictures. Thank you so much to Chef Luigi Di Taiuti, who is the ambassador of Italian cuisine in the world. All of you believed in me in this idea when I didn't even believe in myself yet, so I thank you. And I remember a long time ago, Luigi told me, you know, you're not a normal chef, you should be working with doctors. And now I do work with a doctor, so you were right. And I'm very, very thankful for that. But from the time I was 3 years old, my parents used to ask me, Amy, what would you like to do today? And I would always have the same answer. I always used to say, go to Italy. And they'd be like, okay, what else? But it's important because this seed was really planted in me from that early. It started then, and it was something that continued to grow. I didn't meet my family in Calabria until I was 22 years old. And when I met them, I found everything that I was missing from my heart and soul in one place. And I remember my aunt looking at me. Here in the United States, people would always ask me where I was from. Where are you from? Are you from Iran? Are you from Argentina? Are you from Greece? Are you from, which are all lovely places and I didn't mind, but they never really guessed where I was from. But when I went there, nobody ever asked me where I was from. And it gave me a sense of place. And so that role was so important, it changed something in my life. And then as I learned the Italian language, learning the Italian language made me be able to speak to my relatives, made me be able to communicate with them, and then to lead to work in Italy as I do now, and to kind of have this bridge between my family here and my family there, the work there and the work here, and it's a huge, huge advantage. So when we think about the importance of study of language, that's just one idea. But it also left a profound image in another area, and that was the diet. Because you know, my family here in the States all had diabetes, heart disease, hypertension. A lot of uncles were passing away at 45 years old. And then I met my relatives in Italy that were all living really long lives. And at that time, there was, in the medical community, they were always talking about your genes. And they were saying, you know, if your family has it, you have it. If your dad has it, you have it. Your mom has it. And so I thought I was going to have everything my family had. And then I went there and I was like, wait a minute. This is also my family. They also have my DNA. They don't have it. So that's when I knew the diet and the lifestyle was important. But the Mediterranean diet wasn't important. It wasn't known yet here. So I started writing my books. I started teaching my classes. I started giving lectures to anybody who would hear me so that I could talk about this. And you know, lo and behold, now we're 16 books in and we've done a lot of other things. But there's still a lot of work to be done because we really need to define more of the ideas of the lifestyle. We need types of places like the Ministry of Health, like the Institutes for Health, like the Food Institute, and all of these places which are making our lives easier, right? We need things at the policy level, we need things at the government level, we need things at the school level, and we need things in our heart and in our inspiration. And just by making that little change, you know, that food is for us, food is our friend, and we can use food to heal. Just that alone will save lives and contribute to our mental and physical health as well as to the environment. So thank you all for your time and attention, and I'm very, very honored and surprised at this award. Thank you. And I have treats. So before we go, we'll have some treats. I made some special things for you that are related to Italy.